So I'm seeing a lot of these, a lot of the sub-projects of mannequin in films and in X-Men comics. They're taking bits out of it. Basically.
Can you know anything current?
Yeah, there's just a new X-Men comic come out called The Tomorrow People. The Tomorrow People is
Tomorrow People was, of course, a psychic TV program debuted in the 1970s.
Right, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they called the Tomorrow People, and they were enhanced psychic people.
Right.
And there was a science fiction.
Right.
Called that very name, The Tomorrow People.
Right. Because basically, The Tomorrow People was the name of the project at the CRC1 base underneath Westminster. It was the remote viewing project.
Yeah.
It was called The Tomorrow People.
And they had special psychic ability. Well, continue.
But yeah, the remote viewing and remote influencing.
That's an example of television, children's television being used to actually inform of like current secret projects. There's no other way you can find that.
Well, basically, you've. I don't know whether it's part of a public education program to get people slowly desensitised to it, or possibly it's just an inside joke by the NSA. You know, they're saying, oh, you know, we're putting it right in your face what's going on. You're too dumb, you can't even notice.
Yeah, I think it's more likely.
I'd probably go with the latter.
Yeah.
But I mean, these NSA guys that have helped me. Basically, I signed a contract with one of them, an NSA non-disclosure agreement. I can show you a copy of it at some point. But on section 5, it says any classified information that you're given, if you create any films or books, comics from it, you have to give a percentage to the National Security Agency.
Oh, so they'll let you talk about it, provided they get a hand. So it's not like the Official Secrets Act then?
It's like an American version of the Official Secrecies Act, yeah, basically.
You do talk about we want royalty.
Yeah, basically, yeah. You know, like I say, they're putting out a lot of these real black projects in films, and you know, it's
on the basis nobody really believes it, and it's just a film.
I've seen certain things over the years which I don't feel comfortable talking about now.
Right.
But I do know 100% they've got this biowarfare weapon.
So if you had a suitcase or something, you open it up, it would blow up in your face or something like that?
I don't know how it works exactly, but I know it could possibly just be an airborne thing come out. But I don't know 100%, but I know what it does. I know the effects. I've seen the effects of it in a biowarfare test.
Permanent? Is it a permanent thing?
Permanent, yeah.
It affects the brain?
Affects the brain.
There's a nerve gas of some kind?
I don't know exactly what it is, but I know I've seen the effects of it in a biowarfare test in Project Mannequin.
Is that on a film or in real people?
No, I've seen real people, a biowarfare test.
And those people are...
Those people, they were possibly homeless people. They were locked in a room, in a sealed room. I get really twitchy talking about it.
Can you identify any other kind of experiments like that, where they use people like that?
I saw, over the years, this was basically, I went through 4 military abductions last year.
Last year?
Last year, yeah.
That's the year 2006?
2006.
Military abduction or in my lab?
Yeah, my lab.
Can you describe what happened in those?
4 different ones. I've gone through quite a few my labs over the years, but I've never gone through 4 in a year before. Basically, they needed to get certain genetic procedures in place before my 30th birthday, because when you hit 30, you start to get a lot of your memories back. Right. I think neural pathways open up in the brain.
So is that how you're able to talk about this now?
Yeah, I still get really twitchy talking about things, certain things I've seen over the years.
I think if you can concentrate on what you personally witnessed, that would be good.
Okay. In one of the military abductions towards the end of 2006, what's actually happened, how I know some of the bases I was at. One of them was at the Monsoon 1 facility.
Which one?
Monsoon 1 was below RAF Lakenheath, it's about 9 miles of London. I was there in a place called the Proteus Labs.
That's the Proteus Labs.
That's what they called it.
It's called Monsoon 1.
Monsoon 1.
Underneath
RAF Lakenheath, yeah. Basically, how I got to these places was because I'm implanted. I'm still under a lot of mind control, but I can be triggered to do things, and I'll go and do it against my will, and I won't remember doing them afterwards.
Yeah.
So, or I have vague memories of it.
Manchurian candidate?
Yeah, that's what Project Mannequin is, to create Manchurian candidates. Yeah. So basically...
what kind of implant are you talking about? Are you talking about these little tiny things? Or?
Cranial implants. I've got one little implant here on the back, one on the right hand side. There's actually a wire. It's a copper wire that goes round, connects to an implant there.
Right.
Got a no, it's actually next to my jaw there.
Right.
And a little bio monitor there. Right. Possibly other things I don't know about.
Is there any way that can be verified by X-ray or anything?
I'm looking to get private X-ray some point, and I want these to.
Or is the material that's being used some kind of material which isn't metallic, so it's very close to body tissue, so it's not visible on X-ray?
I think some of it is like crystal and body tissue, but I know some of the implants do show up on X-ray and others don't, so I have to wait and see. Well, I was getting a few years back, I was getting really bad nosebleeds and intense headaches that were ruining my life. I couldn't watch TV, and I had to sit in a dark room every night for about 3 months at night because light would hurt my eyes. And
is that like a shingles effect that hurts your eyes?
No, it was a nightmare. I felt like kind of drills were going into my eyes. It was like ruining my life. Some real heavy painkillers. And basically, I went for an X-ray, but they wouldn't show me the results of it. And then after that, this plastic material came out my nose, and I was blowing it. Yeah. It stayed there, but then it disintegrated a couple of days later. But it was like hard plastic, and once that came out, the pain, the pressure went. But I mean, possibly where this stuff is happening, these procedures are taking place, is, for instance, the Proteus labs, the genetics labs on Deep Monsoon 1. Basically, what happened at the end of 2006, this is around August, it was the latter part of August. Something happened at the beginning of August as well, but I'll concentrate on this. Fell asleep at 2:30 in the morning. Woke up 45 minutes later, got dressed, headed out the front door, down to the local cliffs in the middle of nowhere. Basically, there was a firefly waiting for me, black triangle disc, which is a abduction craft.
That's the British version of the stealth.
Yeah.
But it hovers.
Yeah, a very small craft. Yeah. And next thing I know, I'm walking up a ramp on there. There's all special forces guys on it, dressed in black uniform with no insignia on it. Yeah. And I went in, and there's a ramp at the back. I walked onto it. There's like the main section's like this, and there's 6 seats on each side. They face each other like a military plane, like a passenger jet rebel sport, like a military plane, opposite each other. And then at the front there's a cockpit with 2 seats in it. And I took my place down on the right hand side at the end. I was in like a trance, sort of drug state by then, because I was under a lot, triggered to do that. And took off, flew, didn't see where we were going. Aimed down.
Windows inside this thing?
The only window is at the front of the cockpit, and there's no door. But I couldn't. When you're in the light things, you can't turn your head. You can only look a certain direction. It's like you're like a robot. You're under total control. And then we went down. Next thing I know was we're in a room, large room. There was a cage on the left-hand corner, and I could see the side of the bars, but I couldn't look to see what was in the cage. And then there was basically there was a door there and a door there.